In the rich tapestry of American violin making, few figures embody the transition from the foundational White family tradition to a more industrialized yet artisan era as clearly as Calvin Baker. Flourishing roughly from 1862 to 1915 in Boston, Massachusetts, Baker was a prolific craftsman whose work bridged apprenticeship under the White brothers, commercial repair rolls, and independent production. His instruments, numbering over 500 by some accounts, represent a distinctly American chapter in violin making, one rooted in American models influenced by European models, but executed with Yankee practicality and local materials. Baker's career began in the shadow of the White family, particularly Asa Warren White. He apprenticed with Asa after dissolution of the White brothers' partnership, absorbing the techniques and aesthetic preferences of Boston's earliest master makers. This lineage traced back to John White and his sons Ira and Asa, who had established Boston as a center for violin making in the 19th century. Baker's early exposure to this tradition equipped him with skills in modeling after classic Italian instruments, especially Stradivari and Amati patterns, while also allowing for personal invitations and innovations such as a broader model with longer corners. After his apprenticeship, Baker took on significant roles in Boston's musical instrument ecosystem. He became chief repairer at the prominent firm Thompson and Odell, a position that honed his expertise in restoration and likely exposed him to a wide array of imported and domestic instruments. He also worked with Orrin Weeman, another White apprentice, before striking out on his own. Baker established independent shops in Braintree and Weymouth, Massachusetts, and briefly partnered with H.E. Abbott to form Baker and Abbott in Boston. These ventures reflect the entrepreneurial spirit common among 19th century American luthiers, who often balanced making, repairing, and dealing to sustain their craft. Baker's instruments stand out for their thoughtful construction and use of local resources. Many feature American timbers and specific examples of incorporated salvaged historical wood. A notable 1881 violin, for instance, was made from material recovered from the old Marlboro Hotel built in 1837 in Boston, showcasing a resourceful approach that added historical character. His varnishes varied, often shaded and from red to golden brown, and many instruments bear his distinctive brand C. Baker under the button, with purfling interrupted around the stamp, a practical and identifying mark. Labels frequently note Boston origins, with some highlighting special woods, such as an 1896 example using top wood from Old City Hall, aged 190 years. Though not as famous today as some European masters or later American innovators like Joseph Curtin, Baker was respected in his time as one of the better Boston makers. His output supported the growing demand for playable, affordable instruments amid Boston's vibrant musical scene, which included orchestras, conservatories, and amateur players. Auction records and dealer listings today show his violins commanding respectable prices for American work of the period, valued for their volume, clarity, and bold, bright tone. Baker's legacy lies in his role as a bridge figure. He helped professionalize and sustain the Boston tradition established by the Whites, training indirectly through his productivity and repair work, which fed into the 20th century scene that included Ole H. Bryant and eventually institutions like the North Bennett Street School. In an era when many American makers were self-taught or part-time woodworkers, Baker exemplified dedicated full-time lutherie grounded in apprenticeship and community.